So, lass uns mal gucken, wie die Parade aussieht. Gucken wir mal zur Militärparade kurz. Mensch, das ist brechend voll da. Die Ränge sind brechend voll, die Stimmung auch.
Donald Trump's dictator parade has been a total disaster. Almost nobody showed up. There was supposed to be 200,000 people there. That was the estimate. I think it was under 10,000 people. It's basically less than what it would just normally be if there wasn't anything going on. This dictator parade has been a catastrophe. Donald Trump looks inconsolable. Like, I'm not making this up. It looks like he was going to cry as he was there. As you saw, the rafters were empty. As you looked out in the crowd and there was like nobody there. This was probably the most humiliating day in Donald Trump's entire life. And he absolutely deserves it, folks. Let's just go through what went down. Just take a look at his face right here. That's what it looks like when nobody shows up at your birthday. Take a look at the empty stands right here. You can see right here is Donald Trump's has these tanks going through DC. An overhead shot right
Oh my God.
now, just so you can see again from this angle that basically nobody's there.
Hier stehen ein paar Leute. Und da auch. Aber hier.
I'll show you this other angle right here. I just want to give you different perspectives. You'll see right here. Again, nobody's, very few people, massive open spaces right here. And now I think this is the coup de grace, what I'm about to show
Das ist ja
you.
großartig.
Enjoy every moment of this next 90 seconds because it's Donald Trump looking at that empty crowd. This parade's a complete disaster. And again, it looks like he's going to cry. And he's there and he's inconsolable and everybody's afraid to even say anything to him. Enjoy this next 90 seconds as Donald Trump is miserable and on the verge of tears. Here, play this clip.
In 1914, years of escalating competition between European alliances culminate in the outbreak of the First World War. The two sides engage in a savage war of attrition, defined by opposing trenches, barbed wire, poison gas, and mass casualties. The United States initially maintained its neutrality, but was eventually drawn into the conflict in 1917. Despite having less than 130,000 soldiers at the beginning, the Army eventually grew to over 4 million, with nearly 2 million soldiers serving in Europe. In 6 months of fighting, nearly 50,000 Americans lost their lives, with another 190,000 wounded. The guns fell silent with the armistice of November 11, 1918.
Er könnte einem fast leid tun, wie er da sitzt, so klein und betröppelt. Oh Mann, ey. Oh. So sehe ich auch aus, wenn ich sehe, dass meine Koro-Notfallknollen langsam zu Ende gehen. Oh no. Bald neue Knollen holen. Oh, this looks so sad. Oh no. Oh nein.
We continue on with more USA
Oh
World
no,
War I.
warum sieht der so traurig aus, Alter? Warum ist er so traurig? Oh nein.
Rolling stock, this 1918 Dodge touring car was part of the legendary 1919 Transcontinental Convoy. 3,000
Alter, er sieht halt legit übel traurig aus. What the fuck? What?
251 miles and 62 grueling days across the Lincoln Highway. And remember, no pavement, no GPS, and no power steering. Just grit, determination, and the drive to push Army mobility.
I told you you would
Also, auf der einen Seite ist das natürlich super, 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 super nice. Auf der anderen Seite ist das einfach traurig, ehrlich gesagt. Mein Text-to-Speech, was war damit? Mom.
Hey, Joe, can we have a Russian military parade?
No, Donald, we got a Russian military parade at home.
Meanwhile, the parade at home.
Ja.
You would absolutely enjoy that. Here you have Secretary of State Marco Rubio, bored as can be. Here, play this clip. Department of Homeland Security cosplay dog killer Kristi Noem.
Kristi
also
Noem, Alter.
incredibly bored. Play this
Cosplay Dog Killer, let's
Damit Donny nicht
go!
mehr so traurig ist.
clip.
Here we break, here we thick fuck.
Pepe Laub.
I guess earlier in this dictator parade on it's Trump's 79th birthday also, Donald Trump tried to, he thought this was going to be his big Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin moment. And so you'll see he goes up and he salutes the soldiers. Now, the irony is that the soldiers that he was saluting there were the soldiers dressed up in the Vietnam War uniforms. The irony there, considering Donald Trump dodged the Vietnam draft 5 times by lying and saying that he has bone spurs. Here, watch Donald Trump salute the soldiers dressed up in the Vietnam uniforms. Here, play this clip.
Ready to serve, it remains an enduring symbol of the 1st Cavalry Division's legacy and commitment to duty. The band performs Hit the Leather and Ride, a march composed by Captain Robert Meredith Wilson. This piece reflects the cavalry's transition from...
Now, California Governor Gavin Newsom just totally mocking Donald Trump here. Governor Newsom's office wrote...
This is the... This is the largest presidential birthday party ever. Oh mein Gott. Das ist... Das ist... Oh Gott. Oh no. Oh mein Gott. Oh fuck.
This is the largest presidential birthday party ever.
It was the largest inauguration ever.
And by the way, you can see over here, they didn't put up any risers, so everyone who, even the people who did come, couldn't even see anything either. I'll give you this other angle right here, so you can, again, take a look at the stands. You could just see that they're empty. Here, play this clip.
Serving division in the U.S. Army, the unit has participated in every major operation since World War I.
Now, one of the strange things as well that was very jarring as I was watching this thing is that this disastrous military parade or dictator parade was sponsored by Coinbase, like
What?
a Bitcoin company, and then it was also sponsored by Palantir, the AI company that's gathering all the personal data.
Warte mal. Wait a minute. Der Geburtstag von Trump und der 250-jährige Jahrestag der Armee wurde gesponsert von Coinbase?
For a database that the Trump regime's creating on people. You literally see the military-industrial complex at work. Lockheed Martin was also a sponsor.
Okay, das verstehe ich.
Just watch this as they're broadcasting this thing on C-SPAN, and you'll hear the announcer go, "This is brought to you by Coinbase." Here, play this clip.
Serving division in the U.S. Army, the unit has participated in every major operation since World War I, living up to its motto, no mission.
You see Palantir was a sponsor as well. Paul Rykoff, who you've seen on the Midas Touch Network before, a veteran, he goes, so UFC, Oracle, Palantir, and others sponsoring this thing. This is yet another example of the important lines that are being dangerously crossed this week. The U.S. Army shouldn't have any damn corporate sponsors. Our Army's only sponsor is the American people. Our enemies are celebrating. Here's another shot of Donald Trump observing the parade. Here, play this clip.
It feels so good to have a commander-in-chief
as well as the Secretary of Defense, Vice President, Secretary.
A soldier in uniform, while this was going on, was handing out free cans of Form Energy, an American 250 sponsor co-owned by Dana White from UFC. A rep from the company was taking a selfie with the soldier, handing the products out. Amanda Moore reports. And by the way, this is what the Department of Defense was posting. Happy Flag Day. Let us honor the emblem of our nation and the stars and stripes that unite us all. Except when you look at the Flag Day post, this is real from the Department of Defense. It is the Russian flag. They are celebrating the Russian flag on Flag Day. Look below Flag Day. That's literally the Russian flag right there. As I said, Lockheed Martin was a sponsor as well. I want to share this with you because while
Das mit den Sponsoren ist wirklich komisch.
Donald Trump was having this disastrous dictator parade for himself on his birthday, MSNBC and others, we were covering it on Midas Touch Network as well, showing you how big these protests were, the No Kings protest across the country. The conservative estimates I'm hearing from Indivisible and other groups is that 5 million people showed up across the country. I think it's probably closer to 10 to 12 million when it will all be counted, much bigger than even the hands-off protests.
Diese No Kings protests, ja.
That were back in April. Take a look at the MSNBC reporter showing downtown LA. Let's play this clip.
Nicole, I want you to get off the shot of me and look down below. JB Rudigerama is going to show you what 20,000 people in the streets of downtown Los Angeles looks like. I'm on the 26th floor of Los Angeles City Hall on the Tom Bradley observation deck. Mayor Karen Bass says tens of thousands of people have mobilized peacefully to the streets of Los Angeles in opposition to that military protest in Washington, D.C. that you just mentioned, but also to the ongoing ICE raids that have been taking place here in the Los Angeles area over the course of the last week. This city
Ich sehe gar keine brennenden Autos. Was ist das?
is a city of immigrants. The city is a city with immigrants in the streets today.
Now, Donald Trump's communications director, Stephen Chung, or as my friend Adam Parkamenko calls him, Trump's nutsack head.
Alter, die von Midas Touch, die sind wirklich im Krieg mit der Scheiße, Alter. Die sind wirklich. Ich gucke mir das nicht so oft an, weil da auch sehr viel Social Media verarbeitet wird, wie ihr sicherlich sehen könnt. Aber im Zusammenhang der Unterhaltung ist das gerade natürlich extrem witzig. Es ist mir ein bisschen zu viel Social Media, weil, sollte man sich nicht informieren von. Unterhaltsames Fuck ist es allerdings auf jeden Fall.
Has to lie because millions took to the streets to say no kings, and Trump couldn't draw flies to his B-Day. Here's what Stephen Chung says. The so-called No Kings protests have been a complete and utter failure with minuscule attendance. It's sad Democrats and liberals would rather support criminals and illegals instead of celebrating the 250th anniversary of our great U.S. Army and Flag Day. But many more Americans are commemorating our brave military men and women who have given the ultimate sacrifice and those who continue to serve. And let me be very clear. Democrats, pro-democracy, we stand strongly behind our brave men and women of the armed services. We stand strongly behind our veterans. It's Donald Trump who calls them suckers and losers. It's Donald Trump when one of our soldiers or multiple soldiers get killed overseas or here in his while Donald Trump's in office, he doesn't even acknowledge it. Remember the 4 American soldiers who died in Lithuania? No statement from Donald Trump about it. The 2 American soldiers who died when Donald Trump sent troops to the border, Donald Trump doesn't mention it all. Hey, a soldier passed away or died in an Apache helicopter 24 hours ago in connection with operations or in operations that were around the 250th anniversary. It was claimed that it had nothing to do with this, but I'm not necessarily sure about that. But nonetheless, Donald Trump said nothing about that. So spare me, Stephen Chung. We know that Donald Trump hates our troops. Take a look here, though. Despite warnings from the law enforcement not to attend today's No Kings rally after this morning's assassination of the Minnesota lawmakers, with the killer on the loose, the No Kings rally in Minnesota state capital in St. Paul had tens of thousands of people. I'm going to do a whole other video on the assassination attempt as well. We're now learning that the assassin was actually a Trump supporter, seemed like a right-wing extremist. I'll do a whole other report on that, but we're getting more data about that individual. In Boise, Idaho, tens of thousands of people showed up. San Francisco, tens of thousands of people showed up. Take a look at the people who made the human banner at San Francisco's Ocean Beach. Here's contrast that to over here again, what it looked like in Washington, D.C. Basically no one there. Huge crowds in Chicago, huge crowds in San Diego. Here's me and my wife at the Pasadena protest, where there was, my estimate, probably 5,000 to 10,000 people in Pasadena. And it was nice to meet all of the people there. And you see our baby girl with her sign right there. I love naps, but I stay woke. There you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Krass. Ja, also sehr unterhaltsam. Sehr, sehr unterhaltsam tatsächlich. Das Video von dem traurigen Trump auf der Tribüne ist wirklich crazy. Stadia haben auf Craigslist nach Seed-Filler gesucht. Bezahlungen wären 1000 Points von Trumps Krypto-Blablabla. What? No way. Was?
Hier wie Brick, hier wie
Trump
Fickfuck.
Seed-Filler. What? The Economic Times. Empty seats, Trump's military parade faces backlash as report reveals call for seat fillers to peak out crowd. What? Auf Craigslist erscheint eine Anzeige, in der nach Platzhaltern für Trumps Militärparade gesucht wird. Die Parade findet am Samstag statt, Trumps Geburtstag. In der Anzeige heißt es, man wolle Leute einladen, damit es so aussieht, als sei die Menge voll. Die Veranstaltung findet auf der Constitution Avenue in der Nähe der National Mall statt, wo die Leute von Sitzplätzen aus zuschauen können. In der Anzeige wurde den Erscheinenden eine Zahlung von 1000 US-Dollar in Kryptowährung angeboten. Der Name der Kryptowährung wurde nicht erwähnt. Laut dem Bericht von Newsweek hieß es in der Anzeige, die Zahlung stammt von einem Unternehmen namens Fight LLC, das große Mengen von Kryptowährungen von Trump besitzt. Es hieß auch, die Veranstaltung werde von einer Firma namens Team Mellon Events organisiert. Doch dieser Name taucht online nirgendwo auf und es gibt keine Belege für ihre Arbeit. Viele bemerkten, dass das Bild in der Anzeige tatsächlich von einer russischen Militärveranstaltung und nicht von einer amerikanischen stammte, was viele zur Annahme veranlasste, die Anzeige sei gefälscht oder ein Scherz. Berichten zufolge wurde in der Anzeige sogar darum gebeten, Menschen anderer Hautfarbe und ethnische Gruppen prominent im Bild zu platzieren. Viele halten sie für eine Fälschung, also es kann sein, dass es nicht echt ist. Klingt jetzt auch echt ein bisschen zu obvious tatsächlich. Also klingt wirklich fake. Die No-Kings-Bewegung hat schon seit Mai dazu aufgerufen, Plätze für die Parade zu reservieren und nicht hinzugehen. Oh mein Gott, das ist ja großartig. Oh, das ist ja großartig, Alter. Übel stabil. Ich begrüße das.